with his gloves. Hello and welcome to the United Stand. This is Red Rumours, your weekly Manchester United transfer news show on the United Stand, where we talk about all the latest Manchester United transfer news and give it that real fan opinion. And it's a real positive week this week of news for Manchester United. A really good weekend at the beating Spurs. And there are some good news stories for us to feed out as well. We're talking loan watch in relation to the big Manchester United players who've been on loan and what they did this weekend. We'll also be talking ins and outs. And we'll start off first of all with Gareth Bale to Manchester United. I tell you what, if I had £1 for every time Gareth Bale to Manchester United had been mentioned over the last 2 years, I think I'd have about £3.50. But no, in all seriousness, I'd have a lot more than that. But Gareth Bale to Manchester United. Now, this latest rumour is that Jose Mourinho has personally phoned up Real Madrid to tell them he doesn't want Gareth Bale, because that's how it works. After the game on Saturday, he's going through his encyclopedia of all La Liga clubs. He'd done Atletico Madrid, he'd done Valencia, he's going through all the Real Madrid players, and he finally gets to Bale to tell him that he doesn't want them. But in all seriousness, Manchester United are linked to Gareth Bale. Maybe they are offering us Bale, and maybe Mourinho is saying, no, I'm not really interested in him anymore. This is to do with fitness. And to be honest with you, whether there's any truth in it or not, I've always been a big advocate of Gareth Bale coming to Manchester United. But when I look at that game against Ireland the other day for Wales, and Bale's not fit to play in a massive game for Wales, he'd want to play that. Wales would want him to play. I think if he had played, they probably would be in a World Cup qualifier instead of Ireland. He's not able to play it. And when the going gets tough, is Gareth Bale going to be fit? I would love Gareth Bale at Manchester United. He's a top player. Really, really good player. But there probably are better options out there. And if Gareth Bale is injury prone, it's only going to get worse at 28. So I don't know whether there's any truth in that or not. But, common sense may need to prevail, and there maybe is something in it. I want to just mention Mesut Ozil. We spoke about him a lot last week, and apparently he's not so confident that he'll get a move to Manchester United this January. Arsenal apparently will not sell him until the summer. But the reality is Arsenal are getting nothing for Bale. I mean, no, they're not getting anything for Bale because he doesn't play for Arsenal. They're getting nothing for Ozil because in the summer he goes for free. It's the end of his contract. So, and in January he can speak to any clubs he wants outside of the Premier League, outside in Europe. So if Ozil's decided he's coming to Manchester United in the summer, then he's coming to Manchester United in the summer, and Arsenal can't do anything about that. So from a business point of view, it makes sense to Arsenal to say to Manchester United, well, I know he's coming to you anyway, 20 million, you can have him in January. Now, Manchester United might say, you know what, we don't really need him, we'll wait till the summer. But if Manchester United are in a title fight, they might think, you know what, Premier League player, number 10, we're struggling for that. Yeah, we'll have him, there's £20 million, it's well worth it. But apparently Arsenal don't want that to happen, so Ozil may have to wait till the summer. We'll have to wait and see. The reality is Ozil will leave Arsenal for nothing, and as a business point, 20 million is a lot of pounds. It is a lot of pounds. I was going to say money. So we'll have to wait and see what happens in relation to Ozil. Let me just talk. I'm going to mix this up a bit. We're going to talk about a PSG player for £30 million who I've had a rethink on, and I think it'd be a really good signing. I'll give him a bit of stick in the transfer window, but actually I quite like him. But I want to talk about Fellaini first. Not back from injury yet. I think most Manchester United fans would accept that we have missed Fellaini, none more so than Mourinho, who is desperately concerned that Fellaini is going to leave Manchester United. Now, there was somebody on Twitter yesterday, a Manchester United fan, who says, I wish Mourinho would just sleep with Fellaini and get it over, because this infatuation of passion that he has towards the player is getting a bit desperate. But in relation to, in all seriousness again, Mourinho is concerned about Fellaini leaving. We all know that Mourinho has a Fellaini obsession. Fellaini has done quite well. For me, he's a bench player and he's a decent squad player in certain games. But Mourinho's obsessed with him and he's worried about it because Fellaini has been offered a new contract. But in January, much the same as Mesut Ozil, he can speak to other clubs and he can go for free in the summer. Now, I find it amazing that Fellaini, at the time of his career, 4 years in, it's been a really rough ride. Most United players, most Man United fans, maybe even the players as well, would have sold Fellaini for a packet of hula hoops up until this season, where he's turned it around a lot. A lot of people have said, you know what, he's a good squad player to have at United, I want him to stay. So why would Fellaini, after finally turning around a lot of United fans, not all of them, but a lot of the United fans, and being offered a lucrative new contract, I can't see why Fellaini's not going to sign that contract. I don't think there's anything in this at all other than Mourinho, again, quite rightly, and some would say, trying to make United fans like Fellaini even more by going, oh, I'm really worried we're going to lose him, and maybe people on Twitter will start tweeting Fellaini saying, please stay, please stay. And it's more propaganda and more love for Fellaini. I can't see Fellaini turning away from Manchester United, one of the biggest clubs in the world, when you're being offered 130 grand a week, a new contract, and you're finally getting some love from the fans? Is he going to walk away from that? Because I can't see it. Where's he going to go? Who's going to pay him that sort of money? So for me, it's a non-story. Fellaini is going to stay. The player I want to talk about at PSG for £30 million, Thomas Meunier. I've got that right, I think. 26 years of age, 6'3", Paris Saint-Germain, a right back. They bought Alves. He's getting annoyed. In a World Cup year for Belgium, wants to move apparently, and United is a preferred destination. United willing to offer £30 million for him. Obviously, PSG do potentially need to make some money because of the signings they're making, but then again, they'll probably come up with some scheme where they can avoid all that anyway. Financial fair play. But Meunier, what's he all about? Well, he's 6'3". He's a right back. We've got Valencia, but Valencia's in his early 30s now. He's a good, you know what, I'm not a big fan of the French league, and I did call him a bit of a pub player and why are we after him, but actually when you look at him, he's very quick, he's very good going forward, and he's very good defensively. And at that sort of height, Mourinho will love him. 6'3" fullback who's quick and can attack and defend. He's going to love him. And for £30 million, 26, most Belgian players do very well in the Premier League. When you think about Vertonghen, Alderweireld, Lukaku, Hazard, Dembele, you know, they seem to adapt to the Premier League really, really well. I think it's a good signing for United if they can do it. I know I've slightly changed my mind from the summer, but I've sort of spent a bit of time really looking at him and what he can do and what he can do. And I just think in the summer he wasn't a very inspiring signing to be linked to. But in fairness, I think we do need fullbacks, and I think we do need a replacement for Valencia, who at the moment is just absolutely colossal. So he is one to keep an eye on. I don't know whether we could do it in January. To me, he sort of strikes me as a January sort of signing because he wants to play in the World Cup. Would he come into United and get first team football when you've got Valencia? Probably not. But having said that, Valencia, Mourinho doesn't like to play him midweek weekend. So he could get some games. And, you know, in the way that United are playing, maybe play him at left back. I don't know. So I quite like the look of him. I've got to say, I do like the look of him. Talking about, let's do loan watch. So it's been a good weekend for Manchester United in relation to loan watch. The two big players I always talk about are Andres Pereira at Valencia and Timothy Fosu-Mensah at Crystal Palace. Two fantastic players from our youth setup who I think have got the potential to be United first team players of the future. So Fosu-Mensah has been on the bench a lot for Crystal Palace recently, and he was on the bench at the weekend at their home game against West Ham. However, Patrick Van Aanholt went off after 11 minutes injured, who was their left back, and he came on and played 80 minutes and they drew 2-2. And basically, I mean, I didn't watch the game, but looking at the local papers to Crystal Palace in London, I think it's the Croydon Observer or something like that, they give the player ratings and they said Fosu-Mensah didn't put a foot wrong when he came on. A decent performance again. So good for Fosu-Mensah. More Premier League minutes. I know he's not in the first team. Roy Hodgson's his manager. That is a negative. But he's just played another 80 minutes of Premier League football. So positive for Fosu-Mensah. Andres Pereira, Valencia doing very, very well. I think they're second in La Liga at the moment. They won 2-1. And dun dun dun, Andres Pereira's been playing on the bench, playing 60 minutes and being subbed or coming on for the last half an hour. He played the whole 90 minutes at the weekend in their 2-1 win. So that's positive about Andreas Pereira as well. So good weekend all round for United. We beat Spurs in a very, very tough game. We took 3 points. Martial came on and scored again. If you love Martial like me, that's a big positive. Fosu-Mensah got 80 minutes. Pereira played all game. So, you know, sometimes you get weekends like that, don't you, that are absolutely brilliant. What else? Carrick. Michael Carrick is apparently frustrated at Manchester United and has 3 get-out clauses. Not in his contract, 3 get-out options. Apparently Leicester, Aston Villa from the Championship and West Brom are interested in Michael Carrick. For me, I don't understand why Michael Carrick's frustrated. A lot of people thought he was going to go in the summer. He was given another year's contract as the experience around the dressing room, with obviously Rooney going. Mourinho wanted to keep a bit of that. He didn't really play him much last year, Mourinho. He played him for a stint between November and January and then stopped playing him. So Carrick should have seen the writing on the wall that he wasn't going to get a lot of first-team football. But the reality is Carrick's been injured. He played against Burton. We lost Fellaini and Pogba. Carrick would have played a lot more football. He certainly would have played against Swansea in midweek, and I think Matic would have got a rest. But Carrick's been injured. So how can Carrick be frustrated at United when his opportunities have been limited by the fact that he's injured? I don't think Carrick's going anywhere because I think Manchester United are very short on midfielders, and if Carrick's looking for a move in January, well, we've just seen what happens when Fellaini and Pogba get injured, so I can't see us letting Carrick go, and next summer I think Carrick might retire. I think he's quite injury prone and he's 37. So I don't know. I mean, maybe he would go to someone. I don't know. I don't think there's anything in that, to be honest. So give us your thoughts. Lots to talk about today. A good positive show. Fosu Mensah and Pereira getting good minutes on loan. Gareth Bale. Would you take Gareth Bale at Manchester United? I think that's a big question, and it does come down to fitness. Can we trust Bale for 90 million to be playing enough games? Ozil. Should Arsenal take 20 million in January, or would you wait till the summer if we are going to get him? Thomas Meunier. What do you think about that? I've changed my mind. I think he would be a good signing. 6'3", 26, Belgian, quick, good defender, good attacker, right back. Would you want him at Manchester United? And Fellaini. I mean, are you seeing through the smoke screen like me, or do you think there is a genuine chance that we could lose him? I just don't think so. I don't think so. He's finally turning the fans round. He's been offered £130,000 a year in a new contract at Manchester United. I just don't see him going, and I think Mourinho being worried about him going is a bit of a smokescreen. But give us your comments below. Don't forget to drop a like if you like the Red Rumours, weekly at 1 o'clock on a Monday every week, funnily enough. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you watched the Sunday show last night because it was fantastic, absolutely brilliant. And tonight at 8 o'clock, another cracker of a show. It's the Skype show, Monday night, 8 o'clock. So Skype in, have your say. Thanks everyone for watching. This is the United Stand. Keep liking, sharing, subscribing and getting involved. Fantastic community, and we're nothing without you, so keep getting involved. And get commenting below on everything we've discussed. Speak to you all later.